Hello there. I am Architect again. I've retried so many times to make the second video, but I keep failing for some reason, so I've decided instead to skip over the part that I did in the last video and just start from the same part instead of redoing the whole thing, so I'm gonna go with that. Fix some of the audio problems. There might still be a few, but um, that is mainly what was causing me some issues recording the next bit. So I'm gonna start with that. Excuse me if I repeat something that I've already said, but I might. So you gotta bear with that. So we're gonna start by going around the first area and collecting some of the some starting items that will help us on the journey. The other thing that I may not have mentioned is that I've changed the character, as you may see. I started with the Wanderer, which is going to allow me to reach my, well, not goals, but my, let's say, small goals of leveling up the character. I need to level up dexterity and strength to 18, intelligence to 14, and I'm pretty much from there going to be ready to face on any challenge as per the progression of the game, of course, and obtain some necessary items for the start. So I'm going to pretty much be set on like any kind of leveling up for a bit, and then I'm going to just stick to leveling up strength, vigor, and endurance, because I want to make a very tanky build but with low health and a lot of damage, and that is going to be aided by the Black Knight Greatsword, which is my opinion the best weapon in the game. We're going to be trying to get that, as well as some of the starting items we're about to get, but we first need to talk to this fat man.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thoroland. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible. Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you. Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you? Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods. Now, my companions, an undead mission? Regrettably, I cannot share that with you. But you are my pupil. Perhaps if you show your faith. Very well. I can surely tell you, of all people, undead clerics are given a mission to seek kindred.
Alright, so you might hear a few audio hiccups. That is because I'm still testing the settings that I've made. But I'm kind of tired of testing at this point. There are just some things that I'm not too sure how to do in a seamless way. I'm using OBS to record, so you guys know something that works a bit better, because this one kind of sometimes is glitchy. Do the ends smooth. But anyway, these are some of the, well, not necessarily secrets, but tough early items to get. That is because we are in a high level area. In the lore of the community, everyone pretty much had a terrible experience at the beginning of this game. Like went to this area thinking that the skeletons were gonna be easy, but then you find out that this is not Skyrim. This is not Elder Scrolls. This is a very different game with kind of its own skill requirement or its own type of gameplay, as you can see. That's mainly because the skeletons don't die, so I just have to avoid them. I kind of fucked up on that. So, get back to it. Yeah, so pretty much everyone had the same experience coming to this area and dying multiple times, and then like turning off this game thinking it's bullshit and but not going back, and then you know the passion of the community, everyone who has actually played this game and finished it, told other people that you know it's a great game. You should still experience it, and maybe try not to go to the Skellies next time. You know, you get intrigued by like how passionate they are about the game, and you start to ask like, yeah, well, this game's kind of intriguing. I'm not gonna lie, but it's kind of janky. It's old. It's hard. It doesn't really allow me to have fun with the mechanics, but you try to learn it and you know let your fears go and keep dying and learning from death until you figure it out. And that's kind of the essence of the game. Failure is a very important lesson to learn from this game. This is kind of a lesson that this game has taught me for sure. Failure is essential for success. And you can only learn this by putting yourself in an experience, and this is what this is. You know, it also has some very philosophical undertones and things that you know, psychological things that it's trying to explore, psychological concepts like fear of letting go. That is kind of like the main idea behind the story here. There is a fear of letting go. You also learn that the only person that isn't lying to you in this world is the narrator at the beginning. If you want to see the intro again, you go to the part 1 of the playthrough and watch it. I think it's one of the best intros of all time. It tells you everything you need to know about kind of the mythos of the world and the you know the gods, and you know who's the ruling bunch and who's the strongest and things like that. And the quest is going to be more or less killing everyone in the intro sequence. But yeah, the quest is basically to get you to find your destiny, and then you find your destiny by almost 30% into the game, yeah, you then get information to continue onwards. Information is pretty split apart in this game. It's done pretty sporadically, and that is like I said, because basically you find out that everyone is lying to you, except the narrator at the beginning. So yeah, that's kind of what this game is. It's kind of like an exploration of a theme of how, you know, how lies and fear can corrupt the world itself. It's a pretty good story. So when you're probably gonna see like a jump cut here. That's because I did a small edit to check on the audio, so don't worry about that. So we're basically gonna continue up around here, which takes us to another late game area, the third one with the starting items. And there's a big fuck off dragon at the end of this section. Not the biggest, baddest fuck off dragon, but a fuck off dragon nonetheless. Yeah, this guy fucks. This guy fucks. So we're gonna be stealing some items from him. So let's go do that and try to stay alive, maybe. So the part with the ghosts is also another late game area that's very dangerous. So you want to basically get the main item that you want to get from this area is that we've survived. Holy shit! Look at this guy. Look at this big fucker. Look at this. Look at this big fat cojones. Anyway, so you tried to get an item that increases the amount of healing you get from your Estus flasks, which refill when you they refill when you rest at a bonfire, which is also another important mechanic and kind of the mix between this game has a very unique mix between restoring your healing items at the bonfire and also like when you rest to do so, you reset all the enemies you've killed in that area, the small ones at least. The bosses don't really respawn, and maybe some unique enemies and NPCs don't spawn either. So there's also another very important mechanic, which is reverse hollowing and kindling. So let's first reinforce the Estus here with the Firekeeper Soul that we took from the ghost area. That's gonna give us +1 down there, as you can see, right here. The other mechanic is the kindling, reverse hollowing, and humanity mechanics, which are all tied together in some way. So there's an item called humanity. You use the humanity to I'm gonna try to go get the thing here while I'm talking. You reset. You go from human to hollow when you die, and in order to reverse hollowing and go back to human, you have to use a humanity in the bonfire. And whenever you use the item humanity, this number up here, the 00 number at that circle over there, that is how much humanity you've used. And so the first element is when you increase this number, the higher this number goes, the better drop rate you have. So enemies like the big fuck off Sauron that just hit me with a halberd has one of the best weapons in the game, which is that halberd. If you want to be sure that when you kill him you get some of his items, you increase that number up there. And the humanity is kind of like a limited item in the game. You also use humanity to do some quests. And most importantly, you use it to reverse hollowing, which allows you to summon NPCs and get invaders. It also allows you to do the kindling. So if you notice, I'm not getting 10 Estus like I had when I rested here. I'm only gonna get 5 Estus, but I have 8 Estus because I didn't use the other 3. That is because this bonfire is not kindled. But if we warp here to Firelink Shrine, we're gonna get 10 Estus because this one has a Firekeeper kindling it with her Firekeeper Soul. That's you know, you might be linking some things here and there. So, you know, let's just keep it at that. So now we're gonna go try to get the red tearstone ring. So let's do that. And if you guys are hearing music in the background, that is most likely because I do have music in the background, and I'm gonna try to link the music or the playlist in the description of this video when it's uploaded. And you guys can play it while playing this game, maybe if you're getting into it for the first time. If you're not in it for the first time, this might not be very interesting to you unless you like me for my narration on this game, which I'll be very thankful if you share, like, and subscribe. Give me some views. I need them. So everyone has to do it, I guess. So if you try to skip this guy here, this item, keep on running, you dodge, keep on running, keep on running. Reach that ladder over here, which a lot of people don't know about, surprisingly enough, but it saves you from these fuckers, and they're pretty loud. We're probably not going to fight these things until the very end of the game. We might do that just out of spite, because these assholes killed me a lot, but it is what it is. Now we have gotten all the important starting items, and we start heading on to the undead burg, which is the actual first level in the game that you're supposed to progress naturally towards. Although, thinking about the remastered version is, well, it's kind of a bad remaster because the lighting in it wasn't very good, or not the lighting, the colors. So actually, the first time I played it, it wasn't really my issue that I couldn't go here and I had to go there. It's because I had to go to the catacombs because I could not see this. See, from a certain angle, you might just like look at it and notice that it doesn't have any stairs because the colors were so like not, the colors weren't very vibrant. But if you look here, I made it a bit more vibrant so I could actually see it. And I only learned that by like getting the Prepare to Die edition on PC and playing it for like 5 minutes. Then once I played it for like 5 minutes, I then noticed that the stairs were there, so I just went back to the remastered and played the remastered. And the rest was history. Now you might be noticing that I'm not playing too good at the moment. That is mainly because I had to change some key bindings to for volume control, and that kind of messed up with my original setup. So I kind of have to get used to the new button mapping that I did. You know, there's having thumb buttons in the mouse that you're playing with helps a lot. It gives you a lot more easy access to some keys that you know, or some fingers that you may not necessarily be using at all times. That kind of lets you have a bit more ease of access. Deflection. Rats. Rats are bad. Rats are bad because they do poison. And this guy's definitely going to kill me. Oh dear God. Alright, that is what it is. Gonna keep going. The lock-on button changed and it's kind of fucking with me. But yeah. Let's see if we can... The heavy attack has also changed. Yeah, there we go. Short sword. Might be helpful. This playthrough's kind of lucky. Let's hope we get the Black Knight armor early on. Black Knight, the Black Knight weapons early on. If I don't get them, I'm gonna keep playing, but it's gonna be a much more difficult playthrough without that. Rubbish. Yeah, so the game pretty much from the undead the undead asylum to the through the undead burg, the Blight Town, which is probably my favorite level ever. Then you go to Sense Fortress and Undead Forest, I think, or the Dark Root Forest. All of these early game areas are so well designed it boggles my mind. You can actually dodge it! Oh my god! Yeah. Fear my wrath. Sorry if there's a bit of an FPS drop. But yeah. Yeah. I could have deflected both of them if I did it a bit later. This is not deflection, this is a parry. I keep calling it deflection, so I apologize if I keep doing that and you're confused on what it actually is. It's called a parry, this thing, when you time it right. And I would highly recommend you use that or using a shield, at least, because you know, this game has a lot of tight areas, and these things kind of help with tight areas. So yeah, like this, for example. Shield is pretty essential with these guys.
things are getting treacherous. Thank you, kind. You've gone mad, have you? I'll teach you, you lousy rat. Yulia! Yulia! Why me?